All right, what is going on YouTube? You know it's that time again. Doubleheader with Amir Keenan and Ken Costain. And as you can tell by our three screens, we got a special guest, Ryan Geraghty, and also got a question for everybody. Are you ready for Sunday Night Football? We are.
All right, y'all. So we're back again, all three of us. Ryan Geraghty, Amir Daniels. How you guys doing today?
Well, let the special guest go first.
I'm doing good, man. Thank y'all for having me on.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
absolutely.
Yeah, same here. I'm glad you're back. I'm doing good myself. Just give me another one I'm looking forward to doing for a long time. It involves two teams from the 2000s and 2010s, the Colts and the Patriots. And the last time we had you on, all the Patriots in London, which you can learn in the card, upper right hand corner, folks. And so also when we talk about Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, who else?
Gronk.
Rob Gronkowski, Joseph Adai, and a
Edelman.
few other players from that era.
What was it, Jonas Gray? Jonas
Yep.
Gray
Oh,
was
yeah.
on that team too. That dude was a beast.
Yeah. Yep. And Trent Richardson, he was not so beast.
Yeah, he's a beast at Alabama.
Oh, yeah. Alabama, yes. Browns,
Okay.
yes. Colts, no.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, Amir, we're gonna go over your presentation first. You know, you're gonna talk about the Indianapolis Colts and New England Patriots from the mid 2000s, so 2006.
Yep. 2006. Yep. That's right. And this is the first year when Sunday Night Football for NBC got the Sunday Night package, and of course they're going to have Colts Patriots because that was a big rivalry at the time. It started getting really started to pick up around this time as well because Peyton finally beat them the year before. And also, do you remember where you were when this game occurred, Ryan, or when this game took place, rather?
Trying. I don't think I was at that game. I'm not sure. Uh, I may have been. I just gotta see more into it. Was it at Gillette or was it in Indianapolis?
Gillette.
It was at Gillette, and then there's a good chance I was there. There's a
Yeah.
good chance I was there. Um,
Right.
was that the one where Teddy Bruschi came back from a stroke?
No, that was the
No,
year
that was
before
in
in
October.
2005.
That was in
Yeah.
October. My fault. Yeah, there's a good chance I was at this game. Pretty much a lot of the home games I was at. So it's a pretty good chance I was at this one.
Yeah, well, for me, I wasn't into football at the time. I was more into Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Thomas. So but I remember this day well because I was November 5th. It was my sister's birthday, and it was my first realization that birthdays won't have the same meaning as you get older. Because my mother was making the cake, and I was saying, "Who is it for?" It's for my sister, and I said, "Well, when's the party starting?" She says, "Right now." And I was like, what she said was kind of like, yeah, nonchalant. Like, really? There's a birthday party? He's like, no gas, no balloons, nothing, just family. That's not my idea of a birthday.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it's. That you hit that age where you're like, oh yeah, we're not having birthday parties anymore.
yeah.
And then it's like you kind of turn 21 and you have a little bit of a birthday party, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a little
You know,
different
Yeah,
things involved.
yeah, it's an occurring theme. Like every 10 to 15 years, like, oh, it's time for one of those birthday parties again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like after 21, it's like 10 to 15 years. It's like maybe 30 and 30 and 50 are the ones that are next.
oh, man, we're approaching 30, slowly but
Yeah,
surely.
dude. Shit, I'm closer to 30 than I am than I
Yep.
am uh than I am 20 now.
20.
Mm.
Yeah, that, I mean, we're not that far behind you, so
Oh, yeah.
that 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 could that could apply to us too. But back to the topic at hand. I don't remember this game by chance, but I do know that there's certain two players that played a big role in this matchup in the mid 2000s.
Oh, yeah. So, of course, when we think Colts Patriots, we think of Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Hence why I'm wearing the Peyton Manning jersey. It's well, it's presentation. So, of course, going into the game, Colts were undefeated, 7-0. Came off a big win over Denver the week before in Denver. And the Patriots 6-1. They dominated the Black Vikings on Monday night. So they're coming back home, starting to find themselves with the receiving core with Doug Gabriel, Rashae Caldwell, and Chad Jackson, and definitely not household names because they didn't really make a big impact in the NFL. I'm sure those names ring a bell by any chance, sir, Ryan.
Nah, I see. There's one that rings a bell up here.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
that ain't Reggie Wayne.
Oh, that's him. Yep, he
Yeah, I was
had
just saying, that's
touchdowns.
Reggie Wayne. That's Reggie Wayne. That dude was a beast.
Denver would agree. He scored 3 times on them.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was always like the Patriots kryptonite. Reggie Wayne and Peyton Manning.
Yep, and don't forget Marvin Harrison and Dallas Clark as well.
Oh yeah, dude, Dallas Clark, Marvin Harrison. Dude, oh my gosh, unbelievable. Those Patriots and Colts teams are teams that were those are some of the best matchups to watch, man.
What do you remember from, despite before 2007? What do you recall, or what have you learned about when it comes to those certain matchups, Ryan, between the Colts?
Dude, so I remember it was always you met them usually, in a particular season you meet a divisional team twice, but the Colts were usually a team that we'd meet 3 times because they'd ultimately end up making the playoffs, and they were one of those teams that you'd see them on the schedule and they'd scare you a little bit. Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's just one of those dudes. Of that era, he's probably right there behind Tom Brady. Very, very short behind Tom Brady. But they always scared me. I remember one year we ended up, I want to say, beating them in the playoffs to go to this. It might have been this year. When we went to the Super Bowl, I went to the Super Bowl send-off that year where, everybody goes to Gillette Stadium and gathers out in the parking lot. They have a big stage out there. Like, Brady gets up on stage and all that good jazz and speaks to everybody. And the whole crowd was chanting, "Get that guy a ambulance," whenever they'd show Peyton Manning on the big thing out there. And that Super Bowl send-off was one of the coldest Super Bowl send-offs I had ever been to. So cold, so cold. And I remember being there. There's a picture. I might be able to bring up the picture here in a little bit. But I remember being there. I was wrapped up in like 3 layers. I'm gonna try and find this picture. I was wrapped up in 3 layers with a disposable camera on my dad's shoulders. I know it's on my Instagram somewhere, so I'll find it here in a second. But
Yeah,
I know I remember it like yesterday.
Well, while you search for that, since we're speaking of Peyton and Tom Brady, well, they met last year on Monday night, or year before Monday night, and where Peyton finally beat the Patriots rather, in Gillette. First time the Colts did it in like over a decade, and Peyton for the first time ever. So that's starting to gain momentum in this series. They hadn't beaten the Patriots since Tom Brady entered the picture. Meaning up his first start in the NFL came against the Colts in 2001, and then what do you know? A couple years later, now they're trying to contend for the Super Bowl. And speaking of which, there you are.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah.
that same Super Bowl send off. Where they're chanting, "Get that guy an ambulance."
Man.
Yeah, it was so cold. Like, that's the purple line in the background right there at Gillette. Look at the crowd back there is insane. That place was packed out. We got there super early.
I believe it.
Well, one of these days, man. I know we're going off script for this episode at the moment, but one of these days, man, the Carolinas hopefully someday are gonna be buzzing with the Carolina Panthers Super Bowl celebration.
Yeah, they need a few more pieces.
Oh yeah.
But
And a lot of the
anyway,
guys were talking about they were around the same age as us when this game occurred.
Yeah.
Crazy to think. But yeah, I'm not sure. Remember the game from Monday night the year before against the Patriots and the Colts in 2005 when they Colts finally beat them at Gillette.
Yep. That game.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
yeah.
I remember being so mad after that game. I remember my dad being mad. Um, but yeah, that game I remember Peyton just, Peyton gets like Brady, where it's like he puts his head down and it's like, all right, something's coming, and he just gets laser focused. And usually it would happen. You'd see just like a switch go off in his head, and he'd absolutely light up the defense. And those are good defenses at that. I mean, like, shoot, Rodney Harrison back there. Not Rod. Was it Rodney Harrison?
Yeah, Rodney was on the
Yeah,
team. Yep.
Rodney Harrison was back there. He was a safety, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a safety. Those defenses were good. Richard Seymour,
Mm-hmm.
Brewski. I mean, yeah, those are tough. Those are tough defenses to beat always.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember a lot of those games.
Yeah, Colts dominated in that one, and then a year later, of course, this would be at the time of that game, Vinatieri was with the Patriots, but then left for the Colts, and that's why they drafted this man right here, Stephen
Yeah,
Stephen
Steven Gostkowski.
Gostkowski.
Gostkowski. Yeah.
Yep, out of Memphis. Mm-hmm.
Vinatieri.
Yep, they're chatting up during the pregame show or during the pregame warm-ups. And of course, Adams best known for his game-winning kicks against the Panthers and the Rams. I remember the Panthers won. I've seen that a few times, much to my chagrin. And then, of course, the big one was the one against the Rams, 2002, in Super Bowl 36.
I think my most memorable Adam Vinatieri kick of all time, though, is the one against the Raiders in the snow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, I say the one he kicked the week before against the Broncos. I mean, which is why the Colts signed him to make those game-winning kicks.
Yeah. Dude never crumbled under pressure.
I just remembered the Sunday night football one where you had Adam do those long field goal kicks, and he had a good leg too.
Oh yeah, he had a boot on him, dude.
And speaking of Adam, he was on this Patriots team that made the Super Bowl against the Packers, the one the hat you're wearing right now.
Yep, he was. They ended up losing in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's crazy to think a lot of the Patriots players on that roster would be on the ones for the dynasty just 5 seasons later.
Oh yeah, Brewski, Seymour. Shoot, his name's blank in my head right now. Is vicious corner. Willie McGinnis was on those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, who was the corner? Deion Branch was a receiver.
I know Ty Law was on that.
Ty Law was on that team. There was another one. He was hard hitting.
Lawyer Malloy.
Lawyer Malloy. That's who it was. Yeah, dude, Lawyer Malloy. That dude was so good. David Gibbons might not have been on that team. But yeah, Lawyer Malloy was a baller.
And back to Adam Geraghty. He played 24 seasons in the NFL, and I knew that at some point in time, but it kind of left me. But since I've learned that fact again, I'm like, holy cannoli!
Yeah, dude. When he retired, he was old, dude. And you got a lot of kickers that just stay in the league for so long. Vinatieri was one of the first guys to do that. It's like, Chris Boswell, and there's another guy that kicks in the league this year that are pretty old. I forget what team he plays for.
Well, Cano is getting up.
Still in the league.
Who is it?
Nick Folk for the Titans.
Yeah, Nick Folk. Cano's up there, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I That's all I can think of at the moment. But if you want to go a little younger, Eddie Pinheiro for
Yeah.
Carolina.
Oh yeah. And since we're on the subject of 2006 for this presentation, Warren Anderson, he was still in the NFL at this time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But
And speaking of old school, of course, when we call big game, well, guess who's going to be on the
John Madden.
call? Boom. Madden and Michaels.
Oh yeah.
Wow, two legends in one room. You can't make this stuff up.
Well, make that three with Adrian Kramer because
Okay.
at the time
Yeah.
she was with NBC, and also want to send congratulations to her making the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, which we have mentioned before in the Jack Buck episode. So we have to send our congrats to Adrian Kramer. She well deserved for making the Hall of Fame this year, class of 2024. So hats up to her.
Oh yeah. That's off.
Wow. That's awesome.
Oh
Good
yeah.
for her.
Now I do know she's back. I think she's back with NFL Network now because
She is. I'm pretty
yep.
sure.
Okay, yeah, she's making. Just want to make sure, and of course Al's doing Amazon and it's be. Gosh, I think the second episode we covered Madden, and then we covered our Thanksgiving one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, this is all. Of course, they did the game the year before with ABC, and now they're about to go for NBC and get the Colts and Patriots again. Almost a year to the day they met on Monday night in Foxborough in similar circumstances. Colts unbeaten, Patriots or 5-4 going into that, no 4-3 going into that game, but they're 6-1 now. But either way, Manning, Brady, John, Al, Adrian Kramer, Sunday Night Football. You couldn't ask for a better setting.
Dude, those are the ones where that my parents let me stay up late and maybe put off doing my homework until the morning after.
Yeah.
Or get
do
it
not have
done
that
or
luxury in
get it done
2000.
earlier on Sunday and then stay up
I
late.
would get my homework done as fast as I could before a NASCAR race or even a football race if that was even a question. Sorry,
Oh
mom.
yeah.
Sorry, mom. I was being a little lazy there sometimes.
I'm in the same boat, and let's just
Oh
say it
yeah.
didn't quite work out, especially in 2006 we were on multiplication tables. But anyway,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure when was it? When the Panthers played the Patriots on Sunday Night Football one year. I want to say it was like I was probably in middle school. I was either in middle school or high school.
They played on Monday night a few years later. And speaking of Panthers on Sunday night, they played on Sunday night the week before this game, one that you and I covered, Keenan, against the Cowboys. And we, at the time we're supporting the Panthers, be playing against the Cowboys today, and the Colts playing the Broncos later today. It's crazy how that works out.
Yeah, that is funny. But I got nothing else. Uh, we got Al Michaels and John Madden, and what's her name? I already forgot.
Angela, is it? Yeah, it's
Andrea.
Andrew Kramer.
Angela Kramer, yeah, and we
Yep.
got those on the call. And so we talked about them. We talked about more of the season. I think we're ready to get into the matchup here.
You you hit it on the nail, sir. So here we go. All right. So who do you think won the coin toss, Colts or Patriots, Ryan?
Patriots.
You are correct.
Uh,
So what are you thinking?
no, I was gonna take a guess myself, but I'm glad that
Oh yeah.
I'm
Sorry about that.
able to get that right. Yeah.
Yep. So they got the ball first. Home team. Oh, by the way, it's 31 degrees at kickoff. It's November in Foxborough. So bundle up, folks. Anyway, home team gets the ball first. They're moving the ball pretty well against a Colts run defense that's despite their undefeated records, giving up a lot of yards. But unfortunately, 9 plays in, this happened.
Play fake. Shoulder move there by Brady. To buy time, he goes deep, and it's intercepted in the end zone. It's picked off by Bethea, and the rookie's going to run out of the end zone. And he's going to get away with it. Now he's looking to lateral the ball, and Dungy's heart is no doubt in his throat, but he takes it back out
way you want to start the hometown team with Tom Brady throwing a interception where there's 3 Colts in the area, and that man came with the interception was Antoine Bethea. Oh, that name rings a bell by any chance?
Nah.
Well, this was his first year in the NFL as well, and he ended up making 3 Pro Bowls, one with the Colts and a few more with the 49ers. But yeah, that was an interception that he passing interception in the end zone, purple coverage with 10 for Doug Gabriel, so that ended that drive for the Pats. So they walk away empty-handed. So you get the chance to pick up Brady, you gotta take advantage of it, right?
Oh yeah.
And sure enough, the Colts did that because they won on a 9-play drive that lasted 68 yards, and well, a familiar combination found the end zone.
He has made an appearance.
Harrison goes in motion and then goes back the other way. Adai is the running back. The fake to Adai. The pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison. What a beast.
Yep, man. Oh yeah. We'll be bringing him up a lot in this episode, but yet when you get those turnovers, you got to cash in. And the Colts, like good teams do, did just that, and why not? And like I said, old familiar face, Peyton Marvin Harrison, first points of the game, 7-0 in Indianapolis.
And before we get into any further evaluation and for the story, what is your prediction for the score? Amir, Ryan?
I want to say 27-20.
Okay, I'd say 27-20 is pretty good, and I would agree with that.
Okay, and you have the Patriots, right?
Yeah, I have the Pats.
Well, not
All
my
right.
case of Indianapolis, but all right, we same score.
All right.
Well, so far looking good for the road team, I will say. But can the home team respond? I mean, after all this, usually the Patriots do bounce back from these type adverse problems, right?
Oh yeah, they always do.
Well, let's see here. Well, they sure enough they did. They went on an 11-play drive that took out the rest of the first quarter into the second, and I think you should be familiar with this name, Ryan, as soon as I play the audio.
The linebacker come in and play tight end, and they will throw to him too. And they give it to Dillon, and Dillon with that left shoulder angles his way into the end zone.
Corey
Dillon?
Oh yeah, dude. Everybody forgets about Corey Dillon, dude. Everybody forgets about Corey Dillon. Corey Dillon was one of those guys that he wasn't on the team long, but he was good.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I learned about him with the Patriots where I knew he played for the Bengals, and he was one of their bright spots during their playoff drought. They're lucky won with the Patriots. And in fact, he's also the last Pro Bowl running back to make a Pro Bowl for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Hard to believe. Speaking of running backs and former Tigers, well, the Colts returned the favor with an 82-yard drive capped up by an LSU Tiger.
Right on his numbers. First down and goal. Inside 10 minutes. And here's a dive for the touchdown. And the last time the Patriots allowed touchdowns to an opponent on the opponent's first 2 drives, a year ago against the Colts here.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Joseph Adai?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a rookie at the time of this game. In fact, so we touched on 3 rookies: Joseph Adai, Stephen Gostkowski, and Antoine Bethea.
Yeah, Joseph Adai was a beast, dude.
Yeah, he was. Shame that injuries derailed his career,
Yeah.
but he had a very good rookie year.
He had a great rookie year. Yeah, injuries really did derail his career, which stinks.
Yeah. Going on to the next drive. Of course, we expected the close game throughout, so I know the Patriots are going to return the favor. So, again, and Pelt said, well, the Colts rush defense can't really stop anybody. So, 66 yards, 34 coming off from a familiar face. Well, Patriots tied the game up once again.
Corey
Yep,
Dillon.
Corey Dillon, once again.
Yep. So yeah, Corey Dillon. Yep, second touchdown of the night. And also, I bring up this graphic card of Troy Brown. I know you're familiar with that name,
Yeah, that's
Ryan.
my boy. I used to
Yep.
be number 80 in Papa Warner because Troy Brown.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So on that drive, which ended in the Dillon touchdown, he ended up surpassing another familiar name, Stanley Morgan, for most receptions in Patriots history. I think, yeah, I'll go into about Stanley Morgan. Are
Yeah,
you
Troy
familiar with
Brown.
Stanley Morgan?
I'm not familiar with Stanley Morgan.
Okay, well, he was with the Patriots room when they had the Patriot helmet.
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the 80s and
Yeah,
late 70s
they
and
had
80s.
who was their quarterback that year?
He was with like Easton and Grogan and
I was gonna say Grogan. He had to have been on one of the Grogan years.
oh yeah, he surpassed him on that drive, and also the drive before that he caught a pass in which tied him with Morgan, but then they for whatever reason got flagged for taunting. Which if you ever see the game on YouTube, it's Bill and Satardi. I didn't see a taunt, but the referees will see something otherwise, and or let's just say uncharacteristic will play a role later on in this presentation with Baltimore a receiver, but I won't give his name away. So anyway, tie game in Foxborough nonetheless. So
Can I take a guess at the receiver?
Okay, sure thing.
Did he happen to do this?
What did he do?
He did this, point to the back of his jersey.
No.
You know who I'm talking about though? It's Deion Branch.
I do, yeah. Randy Moss. He was with the
That's
Raiders
Deion.
at the point.
Deion Branch was the one that did that. I think in that one of those years. I think that might have been when they played the Eagles in the Super Bowl. It might have been in that Super Bowl where he did this.
Yeah, I will say Deion Branch. He had just gotten traded to the Seahawks earlier that season, so he was with the Patriots at the.
I'm trying to think of it. I remember who it is. Shoot.
Yeah, I'm trying to Illustrator. There we go. Yeah, he was with. Yeah, that's why the receiving core was very unfamiliar with the Patriots and their fans outside of Troy Brown, who was towards the end of his career. So that's why brought in Doug Gabriel, Chad Jackson, Rashae Caldwell, Jabbar Gaffney, other guys that haven't really done much in their careers up to this point.
I'm thinking about it now. It might have been Troy Brown that did that.
I don't know. He wasn't much of a showboat receiver. He's more like the guy who just get his job done, let us play to the talking.
I'm gonna look up who it was. It might have been a year prior to that too, though.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So anyway, we still got tie game in Foxborough. The Colts get the ball back. They throw the ball, have a very short drive, 24 yards and 6 plays, but they couldn't connect inside the red zone. But a familiar face would has made his return to the Foxborough area, and well, let's say the hometown fans gave him a hero's welcome. Turn off the pen, please. Thank you.
For the Patriots, Vinatieri getting a Johnny Damon type welcome call.
Oh, Johnny Damon.
Field goal attempt by the ex-Patriot. A lot of people around here think he is an ex-Patriot.
Yeah, Johnny Damon. I think you're familiar with that name.
Yeah, I am.
Ryan.
Johnny Damon, dude got traded to the Yankees, and then came back, and everybody booed him.
So yeah. Since we're talking the Boston sports, Yankees are their heated rival, that being the Red Sox, and of course, that Vinatieri going to the Colts. So Colts are, in this case, equivalent to the Yankees for the Patriot fans, because they're big rivals at this time or at this point. So either way, Vinatieri broke the tie amidst all the boos. So Colts are back on top. But the Patriots have a chance to respond late in the half. But unfortunately, let's just say the Boo-Boos will be back out at Gillette Stadium.
Brady throws into traffic down the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bob Sanders on the pass intended for Watson.
Yep, Bob Sanders, another guy who pretty good when he played. Just sadly, injuries just derailed his career.
Might have been Deion Branch. I'll figure out who that receiver was later.
Yeah, does anyone familiar with the name Bob Sanders?
I've heard of the name.
I unfortunately I am not familiar with Bob Sanders, but um, what was his last injury that really shut him down? Really?
Yeah, I know a lot of lower body injuries shut him down due to his style of play, but when he was on the field, he made a difference in the Colts defense.
Okay.
He's built like a pit bull. He's
Yeah.
like all upper body.
Oh yeah. He was. He was good tackler, but again, just I think his tackling and his style and was went up going against it because his length was rather short, but still made an impact when he's on the field. Anywho, having said all that, that interception came with 28 seconds to go in the half. So halftime score: Indianapolis 17, New England 14. And what are you gonna be saying to the home to your team going into halftime? You're the Patriots, Ryan.
I just tell them pick up their play. We're playing our divisional rival. Quit playing slack ass football. Pardon my French.
Yep.
But you know, I just fire them up. Tell them to cut the BS and play football.
Well, I wouldn't. That's that hit her on the nail with that. And if I'm the Colts, I would say to myself, all right, we're up by 3, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves because this team can turn on in a heartbeat. Because again, our run defense, yeah, is not giving up a lot of yards. And Corey Dillon's he's having a look like he might have a career night against us if we don't finally stop him.
Oh yeah.
You like to chime in on this as well, Keenan? What would you say to the teams?
Yeah, yeah. I would say don't let up if you're the Colts, but play smart. And if you're New England, I would have to agree with what Ryan said. You know, uh, do what you got to do, and we know what the team, what kind of team we are, and
Mm.
we'll get out there and and do it right.
All right. Sounds perfect. So having said of that, second half begins. Colts get the ball, still picking up right where they left off, but unfortunately they get inside the red zone, can't convert on the 3rd and 3, and a familiar face is back on the field, Mr. Adam Vinatieri. Can he deliver? Amidst the boos once again. But
Manning by getting off his spot, which they did on that one. Vinatieri perfect thus far this season. This is a 37-yard attempt, and that kick is no good.
oops. Oh, so the boos went to tears real quick at Gillette Stadium because Adam Vinatieri missed a rather short kick, first of the year.
Yeah, I think that was his first miss of the season.
Yep, first miss. Because do you know he didn't start the year? I know it was what's his name? I think Martin Grammatica was the kicker.
Martin
Start the year,
Grammatica.
yep. And
From
then Adam came in around start of October, and then he made his first kicks, and then until the game in Foxborough, he missed his first kick on the Colts' first possession of the second half of this game. So Patriots have life. Now can they take advantage of it? Because can't make safe against the Patriots.
Martin Grammatica was on that Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl team too.
Oh, yep. And he would later sign with the Cowboys, who had the Colts ex kicker, what's his name, Mike Vanderjack, who wants to say knew how to run his mouth off according to Peyton Manning.
Oh yeah.
Anywho, speaking of, getting back to this game, all right, Patriots have a chance to take the lead, or do they?
-2 for Corey Dillon. And the ball, without a whistle that we heard, picked up by Raheem Brock as they let it go. And for the moment, you've got Brock going into the end zone.
Oh, well, that Corey Dillon fumbling, that's not something you want to do on a Bill Belichick team. Nope. Oh yeah, and that came 2 plays later, plays in their drive rather, and well, that wasn't a touchdown. He was ruled down by contact, that being Raheem Brock. Colts had the ball back with a short field, so they have a chance to redeem themselves from their last possession. But unfortunately, a familiar name would in that drive. Yep.
Manning under pressure, gets sacked. Second sack of the night for New England. That time Roosevelt Colvin comes in off the edge to get the sack.
Yeah,
Roosevelt Colvin.
Yeah, I knew that name ring a bell.
Oh yeah, that's Junior Seau next to him.
Yep, yeah, because I know the late Junior Seau, he just been signed by the Patriots a few weeks prior. Cause he, of course, announced to retire after he played 2 seasons with the Dolphins, but then Patriots signed him due to some, veteran leadership and all, and which he also had a sack in that game. As for Colvin, then we had 2 in the game, and that one pushed Colts out of field goal range, resulting in no points for them. So they came away empty-handed. Also, fun fact about Roosevelt Colvin, he used to sell popcorn at the old RCA Dome.
Roosevelt Colvin, dude, was a nasty edge rusher.
Oh yeah, underrated. He used to
Very
play
underrated.
with Brian Urlacher and didn't get much credit as he deserved, but he got 2 Super Bowl rings, and like I said, I know that sack felt was meant something. He's from Indianapolis and he used to attend and sell popcorn at the games back in the early days of the team's tenure in Indianapolis.
Crazy question right here. Looking at that picture, if you're a referee right now, if you're watching the game right now, you think that's targeting call at the end of the day?
I think they would throw a flag on that one.
Yeah, I do too. It's like, look at the crown of the helmet. You're seeing his number on his helmet pointing straight up.
It would be.
Yeah, I think that'd be. Like, look at that. Crown of the helmet straight to Manning's chest and kind of up there towards his face mask.
Yeah, it would definitely be a safety protocol right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is actually a good thing in my opinion because we've seen massive tips, especially over the last 7 to 10 years that people got severely hurt too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Anywho, yeah, that as I said before, that sack knocked them out of field goal range, so no points for them. But then the Colts would get a break, which is rare given how their history in Foxborough will be. So here it is. Excuse me. All right, the Colts were forced a 3 and out for air run against the Patriots. So again, another chance to get points. And sure enough, the Colts would do it. And let's just say this play would be spectacular and also a rare, uncharacteristic act by the receiver as well. Here it is.
That defense being tested here in the third quarter. Tested here again. And Harrison cannot retain. Yes, he can retain control for the touchdown.
Yeah. So I think you've seen this.
Oh yeah, dude, that catch is unbelievable. Unreal catch right there.
Yeah, I am familiar with that catch myself, and I think I remember seeing it on highlights, and I'm like how did he stay like and like balanced like that?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like Odell Beckham's catch, or even Adam Thielen's catch a few weeks ago against Tampa Bay too.
Dude, that was a touchdown, 100%.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick did not throw a challenge flag. And fitting, we talk about Odell Beckham. This was played on his birthday, believe it or not. He's born on November 5th of 1990, I think 7 or 96, somewhere around that time. Either way, it was on his birthday. Fitting, talking about catches. But yeah, Harrison makes a spectacular catch guarded by Ellis Haas. He had to spin around, tip to himself, get both feet in bounds, and then the rest initially didn't rule it a touchdown, but they eventually did. And in a rare and another uncharacteristic move by Harrison, who was receivers who let his play do the talking. He spiked the ball and unfortunately it hit Mike Vrabel in the face mask, and he got flagged for what they call taunting, which I was very shocked to see that from him. So it was like, of course, it was assessed on the kickoff, but it was mixture of like, man, that was great. Marvin Harrison catch, but also like, I don't see that very often from Marvin.
Spiking the ball,
flag.
showboating it all.
Yeah,
He was one of those guys too, where he just let his play talk the shit,
Yeah, so it's like you see that maybe at T.O., Randy Moss, Steve Smith, but not Marvin Harrison. But you can't really blame him because it's like, even Malamikis didn't know it was a touchdown at first when they gave the signal.
Yeah, and back to the Adam Thielen catch. We'll get to that at a later time for sure. But I was just thinking of a wild example of a catch being made. But
I was at that game.
Yep, you were, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so speaking of this game, the Colts now up by 10. Late in the third quarter, so now the home team Patriots, you gotta get the ball rolling. You're trailing by 10. Third quarter is moving along, so how would they respond? Need a touchdown.
Funny thing, they're showing right now on Sunday NFL Countdown. They're just showing Mike Evans' touchdown from that game, the one-hander in the back corner of the end zone.
Okay.
Thought about the same catches, yeah.
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 Funny how that works. But
I might bring up a little bit in our next presentation, but anywho, so I get this one wrapped up. But anywho, so Patriots rather, I know. So anyway, they get the ball back, throw to the Colts 31-yard line. However, the drive would stall, but let's just say a replacement would come in to cut into the lead.
The guy taking Vinatieri's place. This is going to be a 49-yard attempt. Longest of the season, longest of his young career, obviously, and it's good.
All right, so that's a good way to get back in the game. I mean, I know we already get a touchdown, but 7 points, it's still plenty of time left. And Steve Gasiowski delivers from 49 yards out, so we got a 7-point game at Gillette.
all right.
Yep, so now we get to kick off. And, the Colts leads now down to 7, so you don't want to make any mistakes, especially on special teams, which is a staple in Bill Belichick's and I know special teams kind of shaky outside of Adam Vinatieri. So let's see what happens. So a little bit early on the graphic, but we'll get there. Come on. Here we go.
Up and down and up and down. That's the definition of coaching in the NFL. Up and down.
Yeah.
It's Wilkins from the 3-yard line, and Wilkins with a big one back and then loses the ball. Gasiowski is there contending New England has it. There's also a penalty marker down at the 37-yard line. Artrell Hawkins, number 25, created the fumble. New England comes up with the ball.
Ooh, that's not good if you're the Colts, but good if you're the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure y'all familiar with the name Artrell Hawkins.
No, I'm not.
Oh, me neither. But Amir, proceed.
Well, he, like Corey Dillon, was an ex-Bengal, played on those Bengal teams that struggled in the late 90s, early 2000s, and recently were signed with the Patriots, where he found playoff success, and also hosted a radio show on Fox Sports Radio in the early 2010s with Andy Furman. Not sure if you know that name.
Yeah, Andy Furman, you said?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am familiar with that name.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they hosted their show like the morning drive show on Fox Sports Radio in early 2010. Excuse me. So yeah, he entered the broadcasting radio career after his playing career ended. So anywho,
Mhm.
he of course forced and recovered that fumble that gave the Patriots good field position. So yeah, one thing to turn the ball over, then they give them good field position. That's when you, as an opposing team, be flooding bullets. Because like, oh man, and then we just gave these guys new life and plenty of real estate to capitalize on it.
Absolutely.
So can the Patriots take advantage of it? They got the good field position.
Yep. Off that turnover. So that's big.
Let's see, according to this audio clip or file.
Now, Gostowski with the silent first K, 36-yard field goal attempt. And after he makes a 49-yarder, he doesn't come close on a 36-yarder.
Well, that's a bummer.
It is. You would think he would make something like that.
Yeah, and so Patriots walk away empty-handed. And this is a very uncharacteristic game by the Patriots. I mean, 3 turnovers, not missing the kick after you get good field position. And if you're Bill Belichick, you gotta be scratching your head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or dude,
Bill Belichick would actually look like this. Like,
Yeah, like that. Yep.
yeah, in his hooded sweatshirt with the sleeves cut off.
yeah, have his arms crossed like this. Like,
Yeah.
Basically, he didn't have the he was wearing the red hoodie with sleeves intact and also had the headband on. Yeah.
Yeah. He used to love that headband.
Yeah,
The
he had
Adidas,
it on for this game. Yep.
the Reebok headband.
Yep, and yep,
that's right.
Reebok. Yep, there before Nike came in and did their wardrobe and everything. And as for Tony Dungy, you gotta be saying to yourself, "Whew, dodge that bullet."
Dude,
Yeah.
there's a sign being flown over the Meadowlands again in New York that says, "Mr. Mara, enough. We won't stop until you fire everyone."
Oh yeah, and we touched it on our recap episode on or was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Yep. Yeah, Giant fans are not happy, and it
Oh
brings
no.
back memories of the '70s. I will say Giant fans of 2006, they were feeling pretty good about themselves with Eli Manning and Tom Coughlin. But anyway, we took back to Peyton Manning. Peyton, not Peyton. No, not
Not Peyton.
commercial.
Did you say Peyton?
Yes, I did.
Peyton?
I had to seek that in there. Speaking of Mr. Peyton Manning, all right.
Dude, that commercial's getting old, but it was pretty funny for the first couple times they played it.
I'd say one of the better ones that come out in circulation in the last couple of years. But anyway,
Yeah.
at the 2006 Peyton Manning, you dodged a bullet there. Can you capitalize on that Patriots miscue? Let's see.
That time, he just ran right around Dallas Clark. Second down and 17 from the 40-yard line. Manning over the middle, and that's intercepted by Chad Scott. Past the 25, the 40, and finally taken down by Dallas Clark at the 45-yard line.
Oh boy, man, it's been what a turn of events at Gillette Stadium.
Sounded like we had a New England pick right there.
Yep, Chad Scott. I don't think you're familiar with this name.
Nah, that was one I'm not even familiar with.
Well, yeah, and he used to play for the Steelers in the late '90s with Bill Cowher and company, but he came into the game after Rodney Harrison unfortunately injured his shoulder, covering Marvin Harrison early in the first quarter, and that injury would keep Rodney on the sidelines for 6 weeks. So Chad Scott had to come into the game and made an impact by picking intercept Peyton Manning. So Patriots, Patriots get the ball back with have again can't turn the ball over against them. So Can they? I'll ask the question again. Can they take advantage of the turnover?
I think they can.
Well, let's see. Let's see. Tom, what do you have for us, sir?
Brady sure doesn't need that. And that is tipped and then intercepted, and that's Cato June, who picks off the deflected pass and is tackled at the 44-yard line.
Okay, that's whoa. Al Michaels once said it's been up and down, and it's been up and down the last couple possessions here at Gillette Stadium.
Those upper deck cards are so sweet.
They are. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, those upper deck cards are badass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cato June. He was a forgotten guy in that Colts defense. He thought some was Brady and Mathis, but he had made a Pro Bowl the year before that, and he had an interception in this game. So he was, like I said, underrated and often forgotten in when finished in the 2000s. And that's you two familiar with Cato June?
I'm not.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. He's familiar with the Patriots fans. He just intercepted Tom Brady. Might be seeing him again. Who knows? But anywho, so Colts, you get the ball back. Boy, what a game this has been. A lot of turnovers, a lot of missed opportunities, or at least in the third and fourth quarter. So Colts, you have a chance to maybe put this game away, and they were in position to take a 2-touchdown lead, but unfortunately a Pankin kept with Wayne on 3rd and 8. So in comes, that man again, Adam Vinatieri. Can you make up for his earlier miss?
1-yard attempt. They've been booing Vinatieri since the start of the game. Smith puts it down, and the kick is good.
So in that case,
All right.
he can. All right. Back to a 10-point game.
But it's a 10-point game for New England or for Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. So making that momentum.
Yep, and it's 27-17 favor of the Colts. So not a lot of scoring outside of the Marvin Harrison touchdowns this second half. So and now we're in the fourth quarter, and it's time to pick up the pace here with the Patriots. So they need a score and need one
Fast.
right here, right now.
Yeah.
All right, so here's how it happened. All right, so Patriots get the ball, 9 plays, 53 yards, and to get to the Colts' 8-yard line, but unfortunately Brady could not connect with Kevin Falk on that 3rd down pass. So Gostkowski, you have a chance to make up for your earlier miss.
For a 26-yard attempt. Miller puts it down. And the kick splits the uprights.
Yep. So, all right. So we're back to a 7-point game once again. 6:03 remaining in regulation. So you're the Colts. You gotta work some clock. Patriots, you gotta get a stop on defense because again, time is wasting.
Yeah, it's weird to see New England actually kind of come back instead of the other team. So you would think that New England would be in the driver's seat here.
Looks like a 2023 Panini Prestige card.
Yes, it is. Yep. And then for Mr. Gostkowski, makes it again. So, all right. So Colts, getting back to them. They burn time. Nate plays in 33 yards. The Patriots use their last 2 timeouts, but unfortunately, they are able to get a stop on 3rd and 5, but something Joseph died for no gain. So, 2-minute warning, a familiar face. Oh, yeah, Mr. Vinatieri got on the field again to basically put the game out of reach. But could he do it?
So Vinatieri, a hero here for so many years, trying to play the role of villain. Smith puts it down, and Vinatieri's kick is no good.
Ooh.
No bueno.
Yeah, no bueno. So, all right. So, Colts, you got to be saying, the Patriots, like, we got life. We got life once again. Man, this has been one up and down game, as Al Michaels once said earlier in the broadcast.
Most definitely, and it's a 7-point game still, I believe, with under 2 minutes. So with Tom Brady coming back on the field, it's magic time.
Well, yeah, time for that Brady magic, and well, when you don't take advantage of opportunities, it's the results you're going to get. But I see another familiar face is about to spoil that party in Foxborough once again.
He has plenty of time, and now they're in the no huddle. Tom Brady's playing like Peyton Manning.
Over the middle, tipped and then intercepted. It was intercepted by Cato June. Kevin Fulton couldn't hold on.
Oh, that's got to hold on to that pass, Kevin.
Cato June again.
Yes, sir. Yep. And that interception would seal the game for the Colts, and they would go 8-0, where the Patriots fall to 6-3. And I'd say this picture right here
says it all.
Yep. Yeah, Cato celebrating in the background while Tom is off to the sideline, dejected. There it is.
Yeah, and even some of the best players in the world have to lose sometime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was not Brady's night, to say the least. He threw 4 interceptions in this game. The only time which he threw 4 interceptions in his career, which actually not surprising. He's only shown 3 at a couple of occasions, but yeah, that 4th one was the one that sealed the game for the Colts.
Well, that's a shame for New England, but for Colts, you're saying, hey, we did it. We finally got these guys on the rope.
Well, and then the second year in a row, they beat them in Foxborough in prime time as well. I haven't said all that. Peyton finished the night with 20, 36, 326, 2 touchdowns in the pick. Marvin Harrison had 8 catches, $145, and 2 touchdowns, including that spectacular one. Corey Dillon had 13 carries of 48 yards, 2 TDs, but lots of fumble. And the Patriots overall had 148 yards of rushing, while the Colts had 53, 40 coming from Joseph Adai. And coming into the game, the Colts defense had allowed 1,175 yards rushing, which is 146.9 per game, and 54 5-point yards per carry, which is the worst coming in the NFL. And sadly, that would be a recurring theme throughout the season, because then it would come back to bite them towards the end and cost them a first-round bye. But it didn't really prove inconsequential at the end, because at the end of the day, these two teams would meet again in the playoffs, and I do know you're familiar with this game, Ryan.
Oh, yeah. Patriots end up winning this one.
Well, they were winning at first, but then Colts came back and won the game.
Oh, yeah, I know which one we're talking about now.
Yeah, Joseph Adai scoring the go-ahead touchdown, and Marlon Jackson, sealing the game with an interception, sending the Colts to the first Super Bowl since Super Bowl 5 when they were in Baltimore. And then 2 weeks later, they would claim that elusive Lombardi trophy and end all that talk that Peyton, the Colts can't win the big one. Like Super Bowl 41 champions, the Indianapolis Colts. And so and think about this here. I mean, even though both these teams wouldn't get the top seeds in the AFC, the Colts winning that game worked in their favor because they won the tiebreaker. And had they not, the game would have been played in the Gillette instead of Indianapolis. And also, the top seeds were the Ravens and the Chargers, 2 teams that the Colts and the Patriots would upset in the playoffs that year. So, having said all that, Colts win the Super Bowl that year. But the Patriots would get revenge the following year when they beat them in that undefeated bowl in Indianapolis had an undefeated season, which I know you're real familiar with that. Actually, we're all familiar with how that season ended for the '07 Patriots.
Yeah, we're all familiar with that season and
Yeah.
that record for sure.
David Tyree catching the football on his helmet.
Yeah. And Peyton got to see that in person, watching his younger brother win the championship year after he wins his. So there's that. And you see here Sports Illustrated. I know we've all have read and pledged our share of Sports Illustrated magazines, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. I still got Sports Illustrated magazines from when the Patriots, Red Sox, and Celtics won the World Series, Super Bowl, and championships.
Yeah, I got one from the Tar Heels and Alabama from their championship years, and the one they dedicated to Dean Smith. But getting back to Sports Illustrated for the Colts and Patriots, it's what wraps up my story. But Sports Illustrated will play a factor in the Keenan story when we return from the break. So the Colts and Patriots will be again on Sunday night in November in Indianapolis. But let's just say the fans in Indianapolis are going to be experiencing deja vu. So stay tuned, folks, for our next segment of Doubleheader.
You're listening to Doubleheader. Be sure to like and subscribe. God. Sorry, Ryan.
Oh, you're good.
You're fine. All right. Want to just recap all over again? Okay, that was weird.
I might as well just go through it. And oh my God, I can't believe it.
That's all right. That happens to the best of us. We can
Right.
start it all over again. So
Yeah, might as well, right?
yep.
All right, I'm going to grab a handful of pretzels quick. Hang on.
Well,
Second and 14. Luck. Good protection, but then it's deflected and intercepted at the 23-yard line. Devin McCourty.
yeah, kidding me. Oh my God.
And looking great.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, let's try it again, I guess.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Wow, I'm still shocked by that. I usually do a good job of hitting the button. Apparently not that time.
All
All
good.
right. Oh, we are recording, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Excuse me.
All right. Take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Okay. All right, folks. Welcome back to our second story of the day, the Patriots and Colts from 2014. And like we said before, we talked about our 2006 story in the first half. So we got a game from 2014. And with that, we're going to go into some pregame notes here. So the pregame notes, the day was November 16th of 2014. The start time was 8:30. Lucas Oil Stadium was the stadium, and the location was Indianapolis, Indiana. And the attendance was 66,751. Television distributor was was NBC Sports. And the commentator was Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, and Michelle Tafora. And fellas, do you have any any comments about the pregame note?
66,751 people.
It's gonna be a packed house. I know that in Indianapolis because it's been a while since they beaten the Patriots. The last time at this point was the infamous 4th-and-3 game in 2009.
Interesting. And it took place NBC Sports, so Sunday Night Football, and we talked about Al Michaels earlier, and so we're covering another Al Michaels game.
Yep, and he was born in November. I believe he's born on November 8th. Al Michaels.
So with that, I got nothing else when it comes to the pregame note. So the last time that these teams met was the January 11th of 2014, an AFC divisional playoff run, and the Patriots defeated the Colts thanks to 66 yards, and 4 touchdowns from Garrett Blount. And the Patriots as a team ran for 234 and 6 touchdowns, 2 coming from Stephon Ridley. So Ryan, let me ask you this: LeGarrette Blount and Stephon Ridley, what do you remember about those guys?
Dude, they were both beasts at their positions, man. You know, Ridley had a little bit of a fumbling problem. But LeGarrette Blount, I think my earliest memory of LeGarrette Blount was him knocking that dude out that played for Boise State when he was still at Oregon.
Yep.
Ended up going to JUCO after that, but honestly ended up having a great career in the league. You know, ended up playing for I want to say he played for the Steelers, the Buccaneers, and the Patriots. And then I think he retired with the Lions, right?
Yep, and also was part of the Eagles as well.
Yeah, he was part of the Eagles. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just remember that dude being a beast.
And what are your thoughts on Stephon Ridley, Ryan?
Ridley had a little bit of a fumbling problem. But he was still pretty good, fast, and when he was playing well, he was playing really well.
Yeah, definitely.
And Amir, quickly, your thoughts on these two?
Yeah, for Blunt, I do remember his career with the Bucks. I remember that running into the Packers in 2011. He broke I think 5 or 6 tackles and on his way to the end zone. And of course, had that altercation at Boise State when he was with Oregon, but rebounded from that and of course signed with the Patriots. And for whatever reason, I remember that game vividly against the Colts, and not being just pissed off because again they could have gone to Denver had the Bengals take care of business the week before, and that brought memories of the 2000s against the Patriots. As for Ridley, like Ryan said, great guy, great running back, had fumbling problems, big no-no, and for running back to Bill Belichick. So, but either way, when he held on to the football, I mean, he was just as good as Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Shea McCoy, and Aaron Foster.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. So Blount was released in the offseason and signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And as for the Colts side Andrew Luck's 4 interceptions contribute to the Patriots' win, and the Colts season comes to an end. Now Blount was released, however, in the offseason and signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. As for the Colts, the loss was another reminder that they lacked a running game, and they had traded for Trent Richardson in the early 2013 season to address the matter, which I do, however, remember Trent Richardson being in Indianapolis and have yet to make an impact on the team. So Amir, I'll let you go first this time. So Trent Richardson, what are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, good. He was rated at Alabama, rated his first year in the league with the Browns, and then they traded him 2 games in the 2013 season, which I was surprised. But then he was going to join the Colts and Andrew Luck, 2 2012 draft alumni. So I was like, man, this is going to be good. And sure enough, his first carry as a Colt was a touchdown. And then after that, it was, like you said, not much of an impact.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree. He was great in college at Bama. And then I think he kind of hit a downward trajectory once he got to the Colts.
Yeah, and I actually do remember him, being drafted, and I remember him like being traded away after 2 games, and I was like, damn, that quick, huh? So that was it's a shocker to me. So we talked about the last time that these two met. So now we're gonna go into the 2014 pregame with the quarterback. So Andrew Luck on your left, Tom Brady on your right, and the head coach Chuck Pagano on your left, Bill Belichick on your right. So Amir, since you're the Colt fanatic, what are your thoughts on the 2013 record of 11-5, and with Andrew Luck and Chuck Pagano?
Oh, good so far. Like the results. Chuck choosing from the cancer arm scare, bounced back from that. Luck, led him to #1 overall pick. Colts are improving in terms of the playoff success. Just, I will say some areas need to be improved, like the running game with Richardson. Defense is getting there, not quite there where we hoped. And of course, their only big bugaboo has been the Patriots, because the 2 times they've met, the Patriots have dominated them, and 59-24 and 43-22 with the last 2 meetings. And Andrew has thrown in those meetings 7 interceptions, so they have any chance of winning this game, he's got to cut down on the turnovers.
Hmm. And Ryan, your thoughts on the New England Patriots side, fanatic fan of the
Um,
12-4 record.
2013, I like that record, 12-4. It's always good when you're ending a season winning more games than you're losing them. So you can't really say much about that. Can't really say that for the teams, the Patriots teams now. Um, but I did like this team. They were great. Had a lot of good guys on that team. Um, that was just one of those great Patriots teams. There's so
Definitely.
many guys on that team that were good that it's hard to name some of them. I think Gronk was on that team.
Yeah.
Edelman.
Oh yeah.
What, that wasn't a Welker year.
No, he's with Denver at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was in Denver at
That was
that
Denver.
point. But yeah, I
Uh,
mean, bunch of good players on those teams.
yeah, definitely. That's a good analysis from both of you guys. I appreciate that. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, real quick, what is the final score of the game we're going to talk about today, Ryan?
I say 17-10.
Okay, I like that. And Amir,
34-27 Colts get that first winner in New England since 2009.
I like that. And Ryan, you're going for New England, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we got that. We got that noted. We got that on tape. So without further ado, let's kick
Hey,
it off.
we gotta address the elephant in the room.
Oh yeah, Mr. Belichick.
Big Bill going to Carolina.
Oh, that's right. Breaking news a couple days ago, folks. Let me go back to the previous slide here. So New England former New England head coach Bill Belichick going to Chapel Hill. So fellas, your thoughts on that?
I think it's going to be hard for him to juggle the whole NIL thing, um, and all that. Some of like the ins and outs of the NIL, I think he's going to have trouble with, like I said. But I think at the end of the day, Carolina's going to get a lot of exposure. I mean, and I think there's no coach better than Belichick to prepare a kid to go to the NFL.
Definitely. And it's I was shocked at first. I thought, I don't know, they're going to hire Bill Belichick, because he has a good gig inside the NFL. But of course, it's with sports, it's just never know what's going to happen. So I say I give him 2 to 3 years there. Should hopefully it works out. We'll definitely get exposure, and so yeah, so I and plus he has ties to Chapel Hill. His father coached the team back in the 50s, and also Chuck Pagano has ties to Chapel Hill. He was our defensive coordinator in 2007, and also Andrew Luck. He's now the Stanford Cardinal general manager. So keeping with the college topic right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all good points, and I would have to agree on Bill Belichick. I didn't like it at first, but it seems to be gonna work out a little later on. Hopefully, 2 to 3 years. He'll probably coach. And Ryan, you brought this up, before we got started here today, about his son possibly taking over after that.
Yeah, I think your minimum with Belichick is 2 years. Your maximum is probably 3 years, and then Steve takes over, who's Belichick's son.
So all sounds good there for Mr. Bill Belichick that we're going to be talking about today in their presentation. So now we can get started with today's matchup. So Patriots won their coin toss and deferred. Colts received the opening kickoff, and not even 2 minutes into the contest, Andrew Luck and the Colts go 3-and-out. So it was a rough start for the boys in blue.
Oh yeah.
So New England's turn. Tom Brady's complete to Julian Edelman for 9 yards, and Jonas Gray left tackle for 7 yards. And with that, we're gonna play an audio clip about Mr. Gray here, right?
This guy signed with Miami. He wasn't even a regular starter at Notre Dame. Was on the Baltimore practice squad. The New England brought him in. He was on the practice squad until 3 weeks ago, and he's the horse out of the backfield.
But he is thick. He's about 230 pounds a man, and as honest a back as you will find, he is going to run where Bill Belichick tells him to run. No ad-libbing from him.
So no ad-libbing from him, and for Jonas Gray, for Jonas Gray, yeah. Just coming into a new situation. So, fellas, what are your thoughts on Gray here? Going into this game.
Dude, he is an absolute unit of a human being. But you knew that was Collinsworth from the jump. He's like, now this guy. It's like a it's like a Collinsworth like trademark at this point. It's like the any form of like, now here's a guy, now this guy. It's like Collinsworth should just trademark that. But yeah, Jonas Gray, that dude's a unit. I mean, built like a pit bull. Just one of those guys that'll lower his shoulder and run through somebody's face.
Yeah, for
Ryan or Amir.
Yeah, so of course at this stage of the season, Stephen Birdley was on IR due to an ACL injury. So of course that's why Gray was brought up from their practice squad into their starting rotation and mentioned the starter for this game. And and I do know the week leading up to this game, I had a picture on my binder saying defend the dome or defend the dome for Colts, and because I was feeling very confident they'll finally beat the Patriots in this game, but Mr. Gray had a surprise waiting for me on Monday morning when I woke up.
Yeah, and I actually remember that binder that you had in there back when we were in school together. So
yeah, here's part of it. I had the Andrew Luck sticker. The picture's somewhere in a file somewhere. I'll probably put it on the community tab later on.
Definitely, and folks, if some of y'all are listening out there in the world of Spotify, Amir and I went to the same high school together, and actually we all did, to be honest, and that was actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, back to Jonas Gray, he up the middle for 7 yards. So tackled by Jaquel Jackson. And Julian Edelman left in for 25. So next play, Tom Brady pass incomplete, and Julian Edelman was the intended target. And let's just say that Jonas Gray might have found the end.
Click those 3 dots. I think you can hide it.
Yeah, how do you hide it?
Right there.
You might be able to click and hold it and drag it somewhere else.
Yeah, because I can't play the.
Well, let me see if I can help out on this end.
Yeah.
I thought we just had it right there.
Got it?
Thought we did.
Yeah.
There it goes. Oh, there it is.
Try one more time.
From the 4, 2nd and goal. On the ground and trying to get his way into the end zone, and does for the touchdown is Jonas Gray.
But yeah, Jonas Gray finds the end zone for a touchdown to make it 7-0. So New England gets that up front. So there he goes. So the Colts turned to get something going. So Andrew Luck passed incomplete to Reggie Wayne, and Reggie Wayne we talked about in our first half of our episode here, and he's a much older Reggie Wayne at this time.
Yes, he is. And he had in the game 8 years early, he had 6 catches to 90 yards. This one, he at this stage he was a year removed from an ACL tear around against the Broncos on Sunday night year before that. And at this stage of this point, T.Y. Hilton's the number 1 receiver for the Colts.
T.Y. Hilton was a beast.
Yes, he was. 100%. Yes.
Most definitely. So Andrew Luck, another pass complete to Reggie Wayne, and all these or passes to Reggie Wayne, and plus the 46 yards, and they were able to get into field goal range with Adam Petriani making a 31-yard field goal to make it a 7-3 Patriots lead. And later on the field with New England, they were able to march down the field until this happened.
Now Shane Vereen is the back. Brady going deep, and it's going to be picked off inside the 10-yard line. Mike Adams, the safety, great coverage that time. Brady goes down, Walden knocks him to the turf.
So Mike Adams with the interception.
Yeah, Mike Adams, underrated for that era, played for a lot of teams, and then we found his home with the Colts. So he made 2 Pro Bowls during his tenure in Indianapolis, and finished career here with the Panthers.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good stat. So with that,
Was he a punt returner too from Arkansas?
No, he went to Delaware, Mike Adams.
Oh, did he? Oh, my bad.
Yep.
I was thinking about somebody else then. There's another Adams that was a punt returner from Arkansas that played for the Panthers.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He was a super good kick and punt returner. Fast as all get out.
Was it Bosby Whitaker?
No, that wasn't him.
Who was it? His last name was Adams. Jamal Adams?
No, it wasn't Jamal Adams, but it'll come to us sooner or later. But I do know I heard in that audio clip it was Shane Vereen, another underrated guy from that era as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will think of it during our presentation here. So with that, there was no scoring in the later stages of the first quarter, and then we're gonna go now to our second quarter now. So a couple of 3 and out in the early stages, and the Colts were able to march down the field until this.
Second and 14. Luck. Good protection, but then it's deflected and intercepted at the 23-yard line. Devin McCourty. And he runs it back 12 yards out to the 33-yard line.
Devin McCourty.
Devin McCourty, yep, for the interception.
NBC
And-
Sports Network legend.
Yep, and Scarlet Red Knight legend as well. That's my mother.
yeah. Rutgers.
Rutgers.
Devin
My mother
and
went to- sorry.
what was it? Devin and
Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jason would join a few years later, and they both went to my mother's alma mater, Rutgers.
Heck yeah. We also got a University of North Carolina Tar Heel legend cameo who came next down here.
Yep. Former Giant as well, who made that spectacular catch against the Patriots in the same stadium just 3 seasons earlier.
But yeah, I remember watching him make a catch behind his back at Bank of America Stadium when they were playing West Virginia.
Yep, Pat McAfee, he's on the Colts roster as well from West Virginia.
Yeah, was he their punter that year?
Yep. Oh yeah, made the Pro Bowl too.
Yeah, and Pat White was on that West Virginia team.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a Tavon Austin year though.
Nah, Tavon was a few years later.
Yeah, I think he was 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have loved to watch Tavon Austin. That dude was a beast. But
So Adams with the interception, and the Patriots were able to march down the field and were able to find a familiar face for the touchdown.
Look, great. He's working his way down to the 1-yard line.
Between gaining 3 and 5 yards.
And here he goes again with a little shift to the left and into the end zone for his second touchdown.
So Jonas got another touchdown on the day.
Yeah, and sorry I had a little conversation there, Keenan, but as Bill Belichick says, do your job, and well, Jonas, so far so good, sir.
So with that, the Colts were trying to march down the field once again, and they turned out to be unsuccessful on this one.
Second and 14. Luck. Good protection, but then it's deflected and intercepted at the 23-yard line. Devin McCourty. And he runs it back 12 yards out to the 33-yard line.
Wait, was that the first audio clip that I played?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. So scratch that, folks. That's my mistake. So I'll continue here. So New England gets the ball. So New England gets the ball back with 2 minutes left and to go in the half. They seem to feel pretty good about themselves, into an interception by Tom Brady, and New England in their own territory set them back. So New England not feeling good about themselves.
That interception was again by Mike Adams, who 2 in the game, and he would pick up Brady 3 times in his career, and so yeah, definitely underrated player.
Brady always had those obscure guys that would just make them their, and just pick them off multiple times a year, and they were like very obscure guys.
Yeah.
But so with that being said, and the Colts being in great field position, they were able to cash in. So with that, we're going to go into halftime now. And the halftime score is a 14-10 Colts trailing, rather. And I believe it was a touchdown. They were able to get on that turnover.
Yep,
Trav-
Keenan.
Travis Kelce ankle injury already in the Browns Chiefs game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If you're wondering why he said that, it's now 1 o'clock as we're recording this segment, folks.
Yeah. But halftime right now. So the Patriots 14, Colts 10, and they were able to close the gap in Indianapolis. And if you take a look at these pictures, you see them, the Patriots happy, and the Colts a little sad at the moment.
Well, I wouldn't be too sad, Colts fans. So you got a little momentum going into halftime, so you able to cash in on that turnover. So I might be a little disappointed, but looking towards the upside as well.
Most definitely.
My girlfriend just realized she forgot to set her fantasy lineup, and she's first in the league.
Ooh.
Yeah. Still has good players in, though.
Yeah. And you also brought up Travis, who at this point, this was his first year as a starter for the Chiefs, right? So I'll bring them up later on in this presentation.
Most definitely. So it's halftime right now. What are your thoughts in that locker room? I mean, if you're Indianapolis.
Well, you've got to be saying to yourself, we got to stop this kid, Jonas Gray. We have any chance of winning this game because we have a little momentum despite trailing by 4, but we got to clean some things up on the defense regarding number 35. And also, don't let 87 get loose either.
Yeah, most definitely. And Ryan, if you're New England, if you're in New England locker room, what do you think you're talking about in there?
Keep your foot on the gas. Keep playing good football. And just keep it up. Just say don't let up.
Don't let up for anything. Yeah. So third quarter now. A quick start for New England. It was exactly what the team was looking for as Brady and company were able to march down the field to make it a 21-2 lead with the PAT.
3 tight ends here. And Brady throwing to one of them, and it will be taken in for the touchdown by Tim Wright. Tim Wright, one of the 3 tight ends lining up here, at a huge night against Cincinnati.
So a tight end this time was able to find the end zone, and Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah. I always forget about this next guy that we're about to bring up.
Yeah, Tim Wright. I know the Patriots had that 3 tight end set up in the 2000s, of course, with Gronk, Hernandez, and then Crumpler and Tim Wright. Just to name a few, and during that time.
Most definitely, and so, but the Colts were knocking back. We're not backing down just yet as an 8 point. As a return by Dan Heron made things interesting. And folks, my apologies on the grammar there, so that's my mistake there. So Grant Richardson up the middle for no gain by Dante Hightower, penalty on Rob Nikovich, face mask for 15 yards. So Andrew Luck has the ball back, complete to Reggie Wayne again for 16. And Andrew Luck, the Colby cleaner for 4. The Colts were able to make it an 8-point game thanks to Adam Vitriani for a 50-yard field goal. And then all of a sudden, New England responds with this.
Of them, and they are pounding these guys.
Looking for his 3rd touchdown of the night, and he has it. 3 times into the end zone. Again, they have the fullback in there, Devlin, the bulk up front, the line doing a great job, and Gray having a phenomenal night.
James Devlin.
You said Devlin?
Yeah, James Devlin was a beast.
Oh yeah. And speaking of beast, Mr. Gray, man, he's having a career night.
Oh yeah.
Having a career night indeed. And we talked about the second touchdown in the second quarter, and he's got three already. It's not even the fourth quarter of the game yet, and he's putting up the numbers.
Yeah, and also Colts may want to start finding the end zone yourself because I know Adam Vinatieri is good, but maybe kicking field goals into the Patriots, that's not going to cut it.
No, it is not. So let's see if they can turn it around in the fourth quarter now. And they responded with an 11-yard drive that lasted into the fourth. Rest of the fourth quarter into the fourth. The time was capped off for lucky one 1 yard touchdown to Anthony Casletto to put it in within 8 again. So here was the call.
End zone. It's a safety, because it was nobody had possession of it, and now they're going to come in and call it a touchback. He had Griff Whalen.
During the kick, the receiving team never had complete control of the ball. By rule, that's still the impetus is by the kick.
Nobody had possession, in effect, muffed into the end zone. You get a touchback. Luck throws and open down the sideline. Once again is Fleener, who had 3 big plays, net 0. Third and 10, and that is caught. Another great catch by Fleener. 16 minutes to play in the game. Third and 8. Look, under pressure. He's going to step up, and he's going to run close to a first down. But the Patriots were able to get different defenders in. Going for it on 4th and 1, and the pass to the outside. Bradshaw is going to pick up the first down. Play clock rolling again, 3rd and goal. Play fake, and then wide open. Anthony Costanzo on a tackle eligible.
So, with that being said, here we are. Anthony coming up with that big touchdown play, and the Colts needed us up on offense. That did not happen as the Patriots respond with a long drive of their own, 10 plays and 80 yards with a familiar face, finding the end zone and silencing the crowd at Lucas Oil Stadium once again. And you guessed it, it is definitely this guy.
Talk about it all the time. Jonas Gray, you tell him to run there, he's going there.
This is his 30th carry, and he takes it inside the 5 to set up a first down and goal.
So, at this point in the game, he had 30 carries at this point. So, tell us what it continues for this guy.
It's a bunch of touches.
Yeah, and coming into the game, he only had 33 carries on 133 carries for 138 yards.
Yeah, that is insane. So, with that, I mean, he's got to, they got to stop him at this point, right? Let's see.
And they give it to Gray. And Gray for the 4th time tonight. 4 touchdowns.
With that in mind, 4th touchdown of the night on Sunday Night Football. They just couldn't stop him.
Nope, and Jonas was making relive that 2013 playoff game just a few months ago, or what was that? Can you my math right? 9 months ago, or 10 months ago. There we go. My math's not the best, folks. So, excuse me on that.
All good there. So, and on the play, Gronkowski was flagged for unnecessary roughness, blocking Sergio?
Yep, Sergio Brown. Yep.
Yeah.
Into the ground play that resulted in a 15-yard penalty, which was declined by Indianapolis. Had they accepted the penalty, it would have been accepted on the kickoff. It was proven can't read that word.
Inconsequential.
Inconsequential for the Patriots, and the Colts cannot counter, setting 0 yards in plays, bringing the ball over on downs and 4th and 10 on their own 32 yard. A luck pass for intended for Wayne, And given a short field, the Patriots continued the knockout punch when Gronkowski and Darrell Jackson broke a narrow tackle from Mike Adams before running over Vontae Davis for the touchdown. So Gronkowski puts the nail on in the coffin.
Yeah, I
Yep.
remember this play. I've seen
And the
highlights of
Colts,
this play.
most definitely, the Colts drove for the next 30 on their possession, but came away empty-handed. As they turn over on downs for the second consecutive possession, a luck pass intended for Nick further 50-yard on 4th and 10 was knocked away with 4:24 left, and the Patriots ran out the clock from that point forward. So, fellas, the final score of this game turned out to be 42-20 New England.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I said when I saw that
20,
score Monday.
22-point game. I was way off.
I
Yeah,
wasn't even close, especially when I had that defendant home pick. Seeing on my binder, I was like, well, that didn't age well.
that did not age well at all. And, fellas, we're going to go over some stats here. Tom Brady, 19 for 30, 257 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 0 sacks, 0 yards, 39 was the longest, and the 85 passing rating. So with Tom Brady doing his thing, despite the interception, had a good game, fellas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Jonas Gray, 37 with 201 and 4 TDs. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Trent Richardson, whose stats are not here, but I have them on ESPN.com. He carried the ball 6 times, finished with a big goose egg.
Damn, no sacks on Brady. I mean, that's probably got to be the best the Patriots O-line has been in 15, 20 years.
Yeah, and look at the 2 pictures right here. Doesn't that just sum it up right there?
Oh, yeah. You got Jonas Gray flexing on him, dude. And then is that Trent Richardson sitting
Yep.
down? Yeah. But, yeah, that was crazy game. Beast.
Yeah, I know my illustrations aren't the best, but I'm going to go to our next. My bad. Colts are next. Excuse me. So the Andrew Luck, 23 for 39, 303 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1 sack. And back to the Patriots real fast. Gronkowski had 5 targets for 4 receptions and 22 yards, and the 1 touchdown at the end of the game. Ryan LaFell had 4 targets, 3 receptions, 62, and 26 was the longest for him. So, doing their thing, doing what they have to do, and yeah, they got it done.
What's it called? Brandon LaFell, 3 receptions on 62 yards is pretty impressive.
Yep, ex-Panther.
Yeah.
Panther as well, and despite not having any touchdowns in the contest, they were able to. He was able to rather find a way to get it done, in the game. So now with the Colts, Andrew Luck had 23 for 39, 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 sack, 0 yards, and the 46 was the longest, and the rating was 90.0. So not too bad. Not too bad at all, I would say.
Yeah, his best game against the Patriots, but still, his defense just couldn't stop anybody. It was Gronkowski in 2012, Garrett Blunt. Now Jonas Gray has named list of Colt killers, as they would call it, or slayers, whatever it is.
Yeah. So, Ryan, your thoughts real fast on Andrew?
I liked Andrew Luck as a player. Definitely. I forgot Kobe Fleener played for them.
Yeah, his teammate from Stanford, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Kobe Fleener, had 7 targets for 7 receptions for 144 yards. So he was able to get some stuff done too. And for Hakeem Nicks, had 5 targets for 2 receptions, got that 1 touchdown during the game. And Reggie Simpson Had 9 targets for 5 receptions for 91 yards, and 46 was the longest for him.
Yeah, Reggie Wayne, but yeah,
Or
yeah,
Reggie Wayne. I don't know why it said Simpson in my notes here, but my apologies there. So with that, accolades for Gray. So so there's a Sports Illustrated magazine, during that performance for Gray, and it turned out that Gray overslept the week following his performance against the Colts, which led to his benching against
Yeah, and then they benched him.
Detroit Lions.
yeah. I
So
remember all that going down. Him making the cover of Sports Illustrated, and then he overslept, missed, came late to practice, and that's a big no-no under Bill Belichick. And as a result, got benched.
Rightfully
yeah,
so.
definitely, rightfully so, and definitely not good for sure. But yeah. Um, so and as a familiar face returns, so the Colts pass on Legariat Blount, and the Patriots signed him on November. Huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
pass up on signing him.
On signing
Yeah.
him. Yep, on November 20th, 2014. And
They
he
should
was
have
released
signed
by
him back
Pittsburgh.
100%.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
hey, did he waive back? Because apparently he got waived.
Yeah, he did
yeah,
get waived.
yeah.
But his
Steve
last game, yep, his last game with Pittsburgh was against the Titans after leaving the field early for some odd reason.
Yeah, very Devondre Campbell like.
Yeah, Devondre Campbell, AB, might have had a little
Mm-hmm.
CTE going on.
And
Yeah.
Vontae Davis too, sadly.
Yeah.
So, but not signing Blount and losing to the Patriots will come back to haunt the Colts and the NFL big time in the playoffs. With the Patriots defeating the Jets and the Colts no show against Dallas, the Patriots would get home field advantage while the Colts secure the fourth seed. All the Colts won their first 2 playoff games versus Cincinnati and at Denver. It would be the Patriots. They would get the last laugh. And we all know how that game turned out for them. With the 45-7 victory, thanks to Gary Blount, who rushed for 148 yards, 3 touchdowns. 2 weeks later, the Patriots claimed their fourth Super Bowl, restarting their dynasty once again. And Ryan, you know for damn sure about the dynasty that is New England
Yes, I do.
of Tom Brady's career.
Yeah, and then it came to a screeching halt when he went to Tampa.
Yep, sadly, but sadly if you're a New England fan, but um, so as for the Colts, they won 1 playoff game since 2014, and Richardson, on the other hand, was released in the 2014 season and never made the final roster of another NFL team after that, as he signed with the Oakland Raiders during the preseason 2015. And as for
Yeah,
Gray, suffered the same fate as Richardson, as he remained with the Patriots until the 2015 preseason, and has never received an NFL team roster update from that point. Here, you're about to say something.
Oh, well, for Trent Richardson, after the Colts laid that egg in Dallas, I was screaming in the car on my way back from Alabama to North Carolina saying, cut Trent Richardson today. And my sister said, okay, man, you got to let it go. But I'm like, I can't. My team just blew a chance to make the Super Bowl. And sure enough, that game against Dallas foreshadowed what would take place in the championship game just less than a month later. And sadly, that game for pretty much it took the end the luck Pagano era because a lot of behind the scenes drama came to light, and Andrew got injured and then had to retire after the 2018 season. And yeah, that was a bummer. And then Trent signed with the Raiders, but just for whatever reason, he would run into traffic when there's a big hole right there in front of him. You ever watch the highlight footage of his time with the Colts and time with the Raiders? It was just be shocking. He missed the holes the lineman would create for him, but and run right into traffic. It just made no sense. And then for Jonas Gray, I know he didn't do much afterwards. He scored only like one touchdown after his big night in Indianapolis against the Colts, and Wrangler came to the Patriots with clinching the number one seed in the AAC playoffs. Which, by the way, folks, never get them home field because stuff like this will happen, like the Flake game. I haven't settled that. He after that got cut during the preseason and then never signed with the NFL team. And then one more thing with Mr. Jonas Gray, he went to the Detroit Country Day School, and guess who also went to that school? Famous comedian went there. Robin Williams went to that school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, I remember looking that up because, of course, unfortunately, Robin Williams passed away a few months prior to that game, and I just found that so strange. It's like, I did not know they had something in common. When I looked them up on the internet a few weeks later, that being Jonas Gray.
Yeah, that's wild because it's been 10 years since we lost Robert Williams. Well, in 2024. So, yeah, it's unfortunate there. But I know that was a lot of information towards the end, folks. But thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all for having me on, boys.
Definitely, yeah. I knew when I made this episode, I'm like, we gotta have Ryan Geraghty on. So he was there for both of these games, or never seen him real time. I remember the latter game, unfortunately, and the former game, seen highlights of it. So I knew we had to bring you back on for this game because it involved two teams in 2000, 2010, so were top of their games, big rivalry. And, you and I have discussed this a lot in Coach Cook's class. Hope he's doing good, and pleasure having you back on once again, Ryan.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's a pleasure coming on with you guys. I had to go help my parents. I had to go help my parents move into their new house, so I had to cut off here.
Yep, no problem, man. I know the feeling, but good to have you back on.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, see you, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, folks, that was Ryan Geraghty from the Trout Wrangler podcast joining us today. And it was his third appearance on the channel, on the podcast, and it was great to have him on today.
Yes, it was. Mm-hmm.
So, folks, thank you for sticking with us. And if you like what you see, feel free to give us a like. Feel free to give us a subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. Go check out our Spotify at Doubleheader Podcast, our Instagram at Doubleheader97, and our Wix websites for more information. And I'll put Ryan's information in the description box down below. And with that being said, this has been Doubleheader with Amir Daniels and Keenan Costain. And we'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye, folks. Have a good one.
Yes, indeed. Oh, boy.